Howdy all, hello, hi, greetings, my name is Clair, hope you're treating yourselves well, and of course the others. This is a intimacy reading, like maybe what you're into, what people like about you, what you've been like, what you've experienced. A whole gang of stuff could arise, and yes, shall we get it? I think it's been hard for you to see eye to eye or to at least build with people. Perhaps maybe it's been like misfires across the board. You really enjoy, I think you enjoy like when people roll their eyes back. Perhaps when you see people being shy, even, I think you have a thing for when people are shy, no matter what kind of person you are. I think there's an endearing quality in someone sincerely giving it a go, maybe trying. You might have had people that were maybe standoffish and or just you might have been as well. It's been difficult to, I'm hearing, read between the lines. Something or some aspect of love has been hard to attain for you, even if you've had a lot of like one night stands or hookups. Page of Swords upright. I think you might be easy to tell people how you feel when you're engaging in like foreplay or romance at all. Like if you feel comfortable with someone, then that's where you people will find you maybe oversharing. Like you could be very reserved, or maybe that's what I was hearing, the like shy thing. You could be very like to yourself in certain senses, or just not quick to delve into, like you might ask a lot of questions about other people or be good at getting other people to communicate with you or open up. Perhaps the gift of gab, of course, but you could enjoy staring at lips. Maybe your thing, you could really like making eye contact and like looking at different parts of the face, or you might like scan people a lot, like, but obviously kind of like I'm seeing like cat eyes, so I think like you have like kind of a romantic quality in the way that you like gaze at people or stare at people. I think you might have instances in your life in the bedroom that eye contact was very important or necessary, I'm hearing, but I think it was just, it could have made you uncomfortable in some hookups, like wildly uncomfortable in some ways, and it's kind of funny because some of your most memorable moments with other people could be eye contact moments, like, you know, like when people are like mid conversation, then all of a sudden you make eye contact and you're like, you know what it is, you know what's up. The Fool card in, I don't remember if it was in reverse or upright. I think it was in reverse, so perhaps you've had a hard time. I'm hearing like opening up to people, but I think it's concerning the fact that you are very childlike in your head. You could talk to yourself a lot or enjoy when people, what other people call like trauma dumping. You could really enjoy a bout of people just telling you what their deal is, like what their issues are. You would prefer, probably with the world upside down, I think you would prefer people to tell you what their issues are with you, or in general, like if there's a hang up, if people are being distant in some way, you would prefer just to have it all laid out in some way, form or fashion. Like you want to make people feel comfortable enough to like give you that information, so you really strive. With the Fool, like he has a very endearing face. I think you try to be as soft as possible with people, lighten the load as much as possible. There's an emotional side, like you want to take care of people, so when they are resistant or negligent with your offer, perhaps, like you give people an inch and they take a mile, or you were just seeing same patterns repeating in some way, something like that. The World in reverse, I think you can get really hung up on people not changing in ways that you know that they're capable. That could be something that really bothers you or has been a real big issue in your life. 6, 7. Yeah, maybe you've had issues with people that have issues with planning. You perhaps really enjoy dates, or you might have never been on a date. Me personally, I don't know if I have been either, but your girl has been celibate for 5 years. I can't say it's been good, but it's an accomplishment nonetheless. Though, the 7 of Pentacles, I think you want something stable, even if your attitude is conducive. Like you might be kind of like a freak. You might enjoy having sex with like not strangers, but you might be open to like having just a lot of people turn you on per se. But you could still be very picky in certain rights. Maybe you're just turned on because you haven't had sex in a while. You could be celibate right now, or just overstimulated for some reason. You could feel really creative as of lately, and that's kind of sourcing a sexual nature as well. There's just a lot of I want to have sex with something, and I might have sex with something around me just because it's around me. Like I don't think you're like stooping to like undesirable levels by any means. I think you have with the Wheel of Fortune, there's certainly a standard to you, and maybe that's why you haven't had sex in a while. You're probably searching out compatibility maybe for the first time. Maybe you haven't really sourced growth before, with the X at the top, and that's 10, and I'm keep on looking at like these fields in the background. Maybe you're wanting to I'm hearing upgrade or upsize. You could be renovating something, or you could have to have some sort of surgery or renovation randomly occur. But nonetheless, I think that you enjoy people that you can learn from, and or maybe you have a tendency to you could be very articulate, or have a job that is busy, or you could be like very business minded in some way, form or fashion, and you kind of go towards an easy hookup, and or like what they would call like a bimbo, girl or guy, because as a girl I too love me a bimbo or have had a few in my life. But what I'm saying is I think that there is a charm, like you might be kind of what they would say as slutty, but it's in your head. I think you're like kind of slutty in your mind. I think your body is now given to I'm hearing to Christ, but I think that's being facetious. I think you're kind of giving yourself to yourself. You're figuring out how you want to be treated in an essence. I think that you really enjoy the Ace of Rings, so I think you really like eye contact. You have a trust thing. I think maybe you've strayed from making eye contact in life and or in the bedroom at some point, or maybe that it goes back to, you could have had an instance where you had weird dirty talking in the bedroom, or maybe you're trying it out and you're figuring out like what you do and don't like, or maybe it's just like a funny situation where you had something weird said, or someone said something weird, or something occurred. Maybe you guys like accidentally injured each other or something. Maybe you're thinking back on the choices you made and you're laughing for some reason, form or fashion. I think there's just a lot of I'm hearing convulsion. So maybe you shake a lot, or you like to make people shake. Maybe that's like your new thing. You're trying to make someone shake, or that's been going on as of lately, or you've just been really turned on lately. I think that there is a hierarchy to I'm hearing your pleasure or what you like. Page of Rings, but in reverse. You could need to eat more vegetables or fruit. You could be going through a divorce, perhaps. Maybe you are dating because of a divorce or a breakup for some reason. The Four of Rings. You could be saving money because you're about to go on vacation, or you're saving money because you're about to go on a trip. Maybe you're looking for someone to go on a trip with, or you are wanting to get engaged. I don't know why I'm hearing within a year or something, and I don't know what that means. King of Wands. You could just be putting time limits on certain things that you're doing as of lately in hopes of de-stressing situations. I think that your intimacy you're finding is better when you aren't stressed, so you're trying to alleviate different aspects of your life in order to be like a more resounding lover. I think that you are trying to make yourself smoother. Maybe you've had a lot of anxiety and or anger issues lately, or the Hanged Man. You could have just been seeing different sides of yourself and are feeling kind of like, I'm hearing queasy, but I think there's just a sense of like feeling weird in your own skin as of lately. So maybe you're just reassessing how you address people, how you come off, and maybe you're just addressing in a sense of like thinking back on it. You could be feeling like pursuing something, and that's why you're like maybe studying up on it or calling on people to help understand the situation more fluidly, or maybe people are not understanding the situation, which makes it harder. 5, 6, 7, yeah, in reverse. Or maybe you're trying to convince certain people of maybe you want to be able to communicate again with people, and this is difficult because of prior actions. Maybe you have cut off communication with certain people, or you've talked bad about certain people, so it's hard to talk out loud about the situation anymore, or revive it in certain aspects because it's just heavy, or there's pre-notions, pre-assumptions. I think that will be resolved. I think that there's a passion coming for you in the form of, I keep on hearing eye rolling. So maybe you're really looking into learning how to like be more fluid in your emotions. Maybe if you have a partner, you guys could do like small crafts together to build up like patience or stuff like that. You if you're trying to maybe do like like, I don't like outdoor, like, I'm seeing like those, like a canopy of a jungle or something. Maybe you're having dreams about flying, or maybe you're wanting to go somewhere tropical. Next, you could enjoy thrill rides. Maybe you go do something thrilling with a partner. Maybe go to like a theme park nearby, or go camping with someone. The X again. The Wheel of Fortune, I think that you are coming to terms with maybe the King of Swords. You could have pre-notions about what you were going to be doing at this point in time in your life, and you're kind of having to let go of, I keep on hearing hubris, but I think sanitize your palette of the things that you felt towards yourself in particular. I think maybe you have had a harshness in the way that you have treated others, but that's because you hold yourself to such a strong, such a high tier. I think you're a very quality conversation King of Swords. Definitely very fiery, so you probably enjoy like fast movement in the bedroom. You probably like doing a lot of positions and a lot of ways, like in one go. Like you probably really enjoy doing multiple positions in one session. Like even if it's a quickie, I think you're doing like, you're moving around a lot, but I think it's like good, it's fluid. Or you really nurture Knave of Pentacles, maybe someone that you have effortless sex with that's kind of coming in for you. Or Knave of Pentacles, that's what you're hoping for. I mean, it doesn't end everyone, but there's a lightness. I think that even through turmoil, things could be going really well for you, or you could have just came out of studying, being very busy, being very proactive in self-care or knowledge in some way or form. You've been holding to yourself in order to give to the next person the best, or maybe you're having to identify some things that you've done wrong in a situation, or how other people have treated you wrongly, and you're having to just deal with the consequences of it and seeing the lightness of it, because I think that there is the weight of the situation is not outweighed by the benefits. I think that there's a lot to be had. I think there's a lot of love. This Six of Swords, perhaps you are waiting for someone. I think that they are on their way. Perhaps you are studying for something. I think through perseverance you will find endurance to get there. Like if that's not your end calling, you will be directed to your real path through tragedy, keeping your head above like water, staying afloat in every way that you can, which means identifying if you're doing something that could maybe anchor you to the ground or like sink you in some way. I'm hearing Anchors Away, that's a band, but you could really, also Help, I'm Alive by Metric. I was listening to that a lot earlier, so you could enjoy that. It's a decent song. There's just a sense of like you being like a beacon of like, I'm caring, I'm open, I'm feeling really, I'm hearing this thing again, it's like saying, I'm aroused. I think you're just really kind of like open. I think you're making eye contact. I hope it like you're looking around more frequently, looking for mates, partners, people. You might have your eye on someone, and you might have your heart loyal to them, you might have your body loyal to them, but you're just like really aroused right now, or you're coming in to meet them. Like perhaps you're really aroused because you're about to come into contact with someone that you are supposed to be. And I think that if that's the case, taking it slowly, maybe even like giving like a little tease session if you are meeting someone for the first time or reconnecting, maybe like the first time you meet, even if you know you're gonna like fuck, you know you're gonna do it, whatever, it's gonna happen. Maybe like tease a little bit, or like give a strip tease, or that might be horribly like corny, but if that's not the case, then just play it smooth. But that, when I say that, I mean like slow. Don't act cool if that's not in your repertoire. Just act like yourself, but just be slow. Have light conversation with them, or something. I don't know. Just, I think that there's like a sweetness coming in for you. And yeah, with the justice in reverse, I think you are just kind of in this like waiting mode, or holding your head down, like trying not to get hit with shrapnel for some reason. Maybe there's been a lot of like chaos around you, and or I'm hearing anarchy, but I think that just people stating where they are, for better or for worse. So you are just seeing what's next, being light, being airy, I'm hearing. So maybe open your doors or windows or something, get some more fresh air. I think that something is really coming in for you that's very sweet and something to be proud of, I'm hearing. And I mean, I really love this card. I love alligators, and they're known to just like wait. Yeah, they just calmly wait, and it's kind of adorable if you're not at the receiving end. But I think it's more of like you were ready to pounce into trueness or truth. I think you want the truth. So yeah, just manage your emotions, manage yourself, and you got this. You gotta know I love you. Hi guys. Welcome, pal 2. It's nice of you to join us. This is a I'm sure you've heard, intimacy reading, maybe your love life, sex life, what people like. I don't know. You could be in a relationship with or having a lot of good sex as of lately, or have a lot of people looking at you as a prospect. Maybe you are not having sex, but or maybe you have a lot of prospects and you're only having sex with a few of them. Yeah, it's the 10 of Cups. Or perhaps you have a lot of exes coming back to you, or you're getting your way in some form or fashion. 5, 6. You maybe are trying to figure out where you want to give yourself to. Maybe you don't have a lot of time, or you don't feel very inclined to spend a lot of time. I'm hearing where it hurts. Maybe you've gone through a back and forth that's been unsavory at some point with the 7 of Wands. It's a combative card. You could be fighting in other parts of your life. Like you could have a really tumultuous lifestyle, or have people that have treated you certain ways because you are nice, or you have some sort of lifestyle. I'm hearing you're being judged by like your cover. Like you don't judge a book by its cover, but it could be something like people think that you are wealthy, or people think that you were rich, but people think you are like doing something that you're not, or like people think there's something bad about you and it's not true, or it's something good about you and it's skewed in some way. The Emperor, you could be very, I'm hearing nihilistic, but maybe you don't believe in a lot of things that you can't, or you don't believe that people can't endure a lot of things. Maybe you are very strong, so you think that everyone else is just as strong as you, even if that's not, it might, I mean, it's kind of true, but everyone's different. You could just have like a very strict form in your life. You could have a very regimented life in some form or fashion, schedule wise and or beliefs. You hold yourself to something very sturdily, and I think that that makes you very hard to approach, and or you could be standoffish in some way, form or fashion. Maybe you have experience in some way. You could be like very smart or more book wise, or you're not as people minded, it seems, as you are. Maybe you're good at, what is it, like combat for some reason. I think you might have like a hobby or a lifestyle that takes over what you would be a sex life more, or a love life. I think you might have a strong sex life. You could be very popular and or the King of Swords. I think that there's a fieriness about you. You could be a fire sign if you're into that sort of thing. You attract people that perhaps have a lot of, I'm hearing, work done. You just could, people that are either well-kept or high maintenance in some form or fashion, maybe people that wear a lot of designer or are very much into like high fashion or like couture. Maybe something is high maintenance though. Maybe you are feeling kind of backed into a corner by time, or you could feel like you should have been at a different place, or you were feeling maybe contemplative about life-changing events of some sort. You could be coming up to, like, something could happen out of the blue in the near future. I think that there is a love of foreplay, of course, the Page of Wands, but in reverse. I think that there's a love of foreplay. I think that there is a love of maybe long pants. You enjoy like pants that hit the ground, or slinky materials. Maybe you enjoy seeing outlines of bodies in material, or you enjoy seeing your partner wrapped up in sheets or their clothes. Maybe there's like a worn t-shirt that you enjoy seeing your partner wear, girl or guy. I think the High Priestess, there's a connection that you have with someone that's undetermined or it hasn't been synchronized or physicalized, or maybe you're hoping to find someone that is like your empress. Maybe you're having to contemplate your options for some reason. You could feel like timing is not as abundant, or something about abundance. Maybe you feel like you could have had you could be divorced, or not have had a serious relationship in a very long time. You could really enjoy anal sex, or like scratching, I think, not to like the point of bleeding, but I think you really enjoy like scratching on backs. You could enjoy like slow scratching, like, you know, partners like doing it like when people are falling asleep or something like that. You could enjoy like tracing faces, but I think you really enjoy also like really like intimate scratching. I think that you enjoy people that are punctual. Perhaps you want someone that is easy to communicate with always. I think you don't like small talk. I think you, with the hangman in reverse, I think there's something about a psychic connection. Maybe everyone that you've ever dated, you've kind of had a sense of more of like you've had a very physical connection with everyone in the past, and you're looking to see if it's possible to have like a more intimate, like maybe you're looking to see if it's possible to be more intimate in general. Maybe you're feeling like it's all been for naught, like lest we forget how bad the past has been. I think you have had maybe a lot of interesting sexual endeavors, maybe a lot of funny stories. You could have, again, with anal sex, I think maybe you enjoy, like, I think maybe a lot of, like, you want the situation to be very wet, so maybe you enjoy a lot of lube. I think that there's, like, a slipperiness to it. Like, you might use a lot of oil on bodies or do, like, massages. You could do, like, you might enjoy those candles that turn into massage oil, if they still do those. You, like, light the candle and then pour it on your partner. Or maybe you guys enjoy like the wax play, but that could be more like it's a BDSM thing. You could like be BDSM with the star in reverse. Maybe you haven't determined that. Maybe your partner will in the future. Maybe you aren't particularly into anything in like strongly. You might not have like a lot of fetishes besides sex. Maybe you enjoy like, you're a really horny person. 5, 6, 7. Yeah, the 7 of Swords. Perhaps you felt like you have hooked up with one too many people, or you've maybe hurt too many feelings. You're easy to cut things off. The Knight of Wands as well, I think. Yeah, the Knight of Wands. I think that you're very easy to cut things off. You might have started a lot of situations. You could have even like pursued quite a few people, but when it fizzled out, you just kind of like cut and run. You could have a knack for being not very deep with people. Like your passion could be more deep than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? Like you could physically, you might get really deep into people, like you might pump really deep or really enjoy long sessions. You could enjoy like really steady motions like for a long time perhaps, like, or maybe that's a really enjoyable period that you had, like bout of sex. You could have had an experience where it was just like an extended period of time, but it wasn't something crazy. It was just repeated motions or something like that. You could enjoy vibrations or the X. I think that X marks the spot. You could enjoy the back and forth of playful banter. I don't think you're like, oh yeah, give it to me, like that kind of thing. I think you really enjoy being like, does this feel good, or do you like this, or talking afterwards. You're really into like flirting. I think you enjoy flirting all the way. Like there's nonstop flirting. You want to be able to cuddle with someone, perhaps like after you get done with sex, you want to like keep it in or have them keep it in. I think that there's a strong determination to make people come. Like it would feel, you would prefer other people to come before you. I think you want to come at the same time as someone else. I don't know if you've ever had that or not before. Maybe that's something that you just are wondering, like, how do you do that? You want to feel that and see what it's like. Or maybe you're really into medical aspects. You could be into like nurses or just like something in the more medical aspect of sexual relations, like a really, you know, like asphyxiation or gloves, or they do, I'm not thinking like surgical things per se. That's disgusting. I mean, it's not, sorry, whatever you're into. I just have like I'm very bad with like needles and medical situations, big baby. But perhaps you could really enjoy something that's very niche. You know what I'm saying? Like a very small fetish that you have to look into but it could have some sort of like restraint, or I'm hearing like prodding or something. There needs to be a lot of what I'm getting at is maybe there needs to be perhaps, what do you call it? Respect, for sure. What do you call it? Trust. Oh my gosh. That thing, you know, trust. This is, the Chariot. You might be wanting to pursue people soon, or take people more seriously. With the Two of Cups again. I think that there is a want to maybe swoon someone or make someone swoon. Perhaps you're in hot pursuit of a particular person. You could just be really attractive. Maybe you've had a lot of partners in the past, therefore you are very like what they would call sexually deviant, but in ways you just are very sexually explicit, or very sexually inclined, but you just want to be that with someone. I don't think it's like you necessarily are very open to sharing how special intimacy can be with more than one people or more than one person. Perhaps you have tried open relationships and it has not worked for you, or that just is a horrifying notion, or cheating has been a huge issue in your past. Maybe you don't trust yourself, or you don't trust other people. Maybe like a swarm of those kind of feelings have occurred. Maybe you have cheated at times, which made it hard for you to trust others, or you've been cheated on, and it's like just an ongoing cycle or something like that. But I think true love is, you are seeing the horizon of, I think you are really trying to figure out how to take the warped sense of love that you have attained and purify it, maybe with someone. I think that there's a beautiful I don't know why I said it so weird. You could feel childlike or new around, maybe you're looking for a new partner, or maybe someone is just making you feel brand new. Maybe that is just someone that's not new, but they have reformed in some way, or there's something about growing the Ten of Pentacles. You have the emotional strength to build with someone at this point in life. I think that you finally attained some sort of stability, maybe not in every way. The Eight of Cups, you're walking away from a lot of things, so maybe there is some instability, but I think that you are making better decisions. There is a Ten of Cups at the end of all of this. You perhaps, with a Five of Cups as well. Jesus, there's been a lot of cups. You could have dealt with a very fluid lifestyle of might have had to move a lot, or dealt with a lot of situations that kept you on your toes. You've gone from place to place, or instability in some form. Maybe things break down on you frequently, or you make decisions without knowing the weight of them sometimes, or other people do that to you. I think you're just tired of cycles in your life, and you are identifying them, and you are seeing lightness through persecution, I'm hearing. But I think that you keeping to yourself, keeping your emotions to yourself, perhaps, maybe being let's see. You could need to take more naps or stop drinking. Maybe I'm hearing drink kombucha, maybe drink some apple cider vinegar. Maybe you've been having cramps, or I think that there is a need to understand that there might be, look at these pretty colors, the purple, the yellow, and the blue together. There might just be a richness in your environment. Maybe you're feeling very motivated out of a situation, and that is kind of giving you hope for a new tomorrow or a new today. Maybe you're kind of gaining confidence in some ways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5 of Wands. Yeah, maybe you're just going through a lot of stuff right now, so you are feeling numb. I think that there is perhaps a numbness in the way that you made love before. You could enjoy slow strokes, but you didn't. Something about fake. There's something about fake. You might have had a lot of party experiences, maybe people that you met at parties, or maybe you're wanting to go back into a party lifestyle. Maybe you're wanting to party with people that you are interested in. Maybe you think that going out would be helpful, or maybe that's how you're going to meet people. Maybe you are looking back on situations where you met up with people like out at parties or something like that. I think you're just looking back. There's a nostalgia feeling. There's ends of cycles. I think that you're being forced out of a lot of situations, and it could feel bad. But 10-10 could be a thing. 10-17. So, like free Gucci. But there's movement. There's a lot of movement. It might be uncomfortable. You could maybe want to avoid energy drinks, or maybe if you are wanting to do like a date, a first date idea or lighthearted idea, maybe doing crafts with people. I think I said this in the last pile, but specifically I think there's a craft that you might like, stained glass or mosaics or something. Maybe like paint with someone. I'm hearing body paint, but I don't think that as much as I was thinking. There's these things where you can make stepping stones, like you pour like this cement in this little tray thing, and then you put like shards of glass on it, and you make like a garden stepping stone, or a little stone for your garden, or one that you might have. It's sweet stuff like that. You might want to do like little crafts, or look into doing lighthearted stuff with someone. If you were just, I think there's an idea of like, go on some dates. Maybe 25 is a thing for you, or 7-5, or 8-10. Okay, but yeah, I think that there's a lot of success in the future. I think you were wanting lightheartedness. I think you were a return to like sanity, I think is what I'm hearing, or like sanctity. There's just a purification in the way that you're thinking about how to treat life and love. Jesus, maybe you're feeling kind of tongue-tied. Just keep it light, keep it, do something that's easy with your person. Maybe go outdoors somewhere, or go to the beach. If you're alone, go to the beach. Just do stuff that's light. Yeah, you gotta know I love you.